The first fight of the night was Anthony Ivy versus Christian Aguilera, and it started out with a nice leg kick by Ivy, and he got another not long after that, but Christian had a really nice right hand that stunned Ivy, and he just kept raining down until the fight was stopped. This fight only lasted 59 seconds, which is incredibly fast for these two fighters that are in their UFC debut. The second fight of the night was Tyson versus Iruka, and this fight only took seconds as Tyson absolutely destroyed Adashev with one of the craziest right hands I've ever seen, followed up by one of the biggest shots of ground and pound. Oh my. This is already 2 fights in a row with a first round finish. Not to mention these ones are inside of 1 minute. This honestly should have been a pay-per-view. This fight so far was nuts. The third fight of the night, it was basically the same as the others. Julia Avea knocked out Gina Mazany again in less than 1 minute in the first round. She knocked her out in 22 seconds. These fights are too fast. Bro! Okay, now that I've gotten over the other 3 fights, the fourth fight of the night was Dvalishvili versus Gustavo Lopez. And at the beginning of the fight, Gustavo landed a nice leg kick, and then Merab landed a good right hand and took Gustavo to the fence, but got off soon after. Gustavo then landed some good hits on Merab, and this fight was so far the longest fight of the night. Then Merab took Gustavo down and had his back. And then Merab got on top of Gustavo and landed some really good ground and pound. But Gustavo got back up. Literally 2 seconds after Merab took Gustavo down again and was on top of Gustavo, and ended the round with some good body shots, followed up by a couple more good punches until the round ended. In round 2, Merab hurt Gustavo with a good right hand, and soon later, he took Gustavo down again, and he got top control. Merab basically just kept Gustavo down and kept on pounding on Gustavo. Merab then attempted to knock a neck crank from the side, and he turned it into a little armbar, but Gustavo luckily got out. But not for long, as he was took down 4, not 3, not 2, 4 more times, with Gustavo just getting up, being took down, getting up, being took down over and over and over again until the end of the round. In the third and final round, Merab landed some good shots until again he landed another takedown, making this his 10th takedown of the fight. Gustavo got up again after taking some good ground and pound, and he was taken down yet again. Gustavo got up again, but was taken down again. This was already 12 takedowns. 12. On the ground, Merab just kept landing good ground and pound until about 40 seconds when Gustavo got up and was taken down again for the 13th takedown of the fight. Like, what? He just kept it down there for the rest of the fight. And this fight was amazing, as Merab got the bantamweight record for the most takedowns in a fight, with 13 takedowns. What? Anyway, he won the fight by unanimous decision, quite obviously, because, 13 takedowns, the bantamweight record. Come on. The fifth fight of the night was Maria Agapova versus Hannah Cyphers, and at the start of the fight, Agapova landed a bunch of good shots as she was pushing an unbearable pace on the Cyphers. Agapova was just going super hard, and it was starting to affect Cyphers. Soon after, Agapova landed a huge kick that hurt Cyphers, and it allowed her to take Cyphers back, and she got her arm under Cyphers' throat and submitted Cyphers for another fight, ending inside of the first round. 4 of the 5 fights that have happened right now are inside of the first round. When has this ever happened? The 6th fight of the night was Jordan Espinosa versus Mark De La Rosa, and at the beginning of the fight, Mark started eating jabs and leg kicks. This basically happened for about half of the round, until Mark got Espinosa onto the cage, and it started to look like he was going to take him down. But the whole time Mark tried to take him down, he was being hit in the body from Espinosa, and Espinosa was landing some good elbows that were counting as points, all the way up to the end of the round. At this point, it was pretty obvious Espinosa was winning the fight, probably something like 10-9. And in the second round, the striking was pretty much the same, as Espinosa landed some good shots, and Mark couldn't really respond. With 1 minute done with a round, Espinosa landed a really good liver shot on Mark. Mark then got the same position on the fence as he did in the last round, where he got one leg of Espinosa, and he went for a takedown, but he couldn't get it. On the feet, they were kind of even, but Espinosa kind of had the edge. But that didn't last long, as Espinosa basically took control of the fight, yet again, getting some more good jabs, right hands, up until the end of the round. In the third round, Espinosa actually had Mark on the fence for about 5 seconds until they started throwing on the feet. Until, again, Espinosa landing his own takedown that Mark had been trying to do this whole time. On the ground, Espinosa was landing some good ground and pound until he decided he didn't want to get submitted. So he went back on the feet. And on the feet, nothing really happened, because Espinosa actually took Mark down for the 3rd time. He landed even more ground and pound on Mark, until, again, he didn't want to get submitted, so he decided to get back up on the feet. And on the feet, it was like the other rounds, with Espinosa landing a bunch more good shots and Mark not doing much. This fight went to decision, where Espinosa won by unanimous decision, which was pretty obvious because Mark kind of didn't do anything. He was trying to get takedowns on Espinosa, which was his specialty, but Espinosa took him down 3 times and still managed to outstrike him. This was just, this fight was kind of uneven. Espinosa kind of was a way too high level for Mark. The 7th fight of the night was Fili versus Charles Jourdain. At the beginning of the fight, they both started landing some good shots on each other, as Charles was landing some good body shots on Fili. Soon after, Fili landed a good head kick, but Jourdain countered with a good one of his own. Both fighters were pretty even at this point, with both landing the same types of strikes. At this point, it seemed as if Fili's arm was hurt a little bit, and about 10 seconds later, Jourdain landed a really good shot that knocked down Fili. Not knocked out, knocked down. But he got up pretty fast. With 10 seconds left in the round, Andre took Jourdain down, but he got up right before the round ended. In the second round, Jourdain was getting some good leg kicks, as Fili was also getting some good strikes of his own. With half the round over, it looked as if the fight was a draw, as they both had the same amount of strikes. The only thing really different was Jourdain's knockdown and Fili's takedown. Both the fighters just kept landing combo after combo after combo until Fili took Jourdain down again. But nothing really happened, as Jourdain got right back up, and they struck a little bit until the end of the round. In the last and final round, Jourdain kept on with his leg kicks, and Fili kept trying his head kicks. This fight was basically all tied up at this point, so whoever wins this round kind of wins the whole thing. Fili then went for a takedown and completed it, and when Jourdain got back up, he brought Jourdain right back down. When they got up again, they kept going back and forth. With 30 seconds, Fili took Jordan down again, and they stayed there for the rest of the round. This fight went to the scorecards where Andre won by split decision. The 8th fight of the night was Charles Rosa versus Kevin Aguilar. In the start of the fight, Rosa kept landing leg kicks and some good punches, but Aguilar was also landing some good shots on Rosa. With about a minute 30 left in the round, Aguilar landed a good right hand, and they started trading shots for a bit. They were looking pretty even. Rosa then went for a takedown, but failed, and that was about it for the round. Not much really happened in that round, and, I'm not really sure who won that round. But in round 2, Rosa had a really good body kick and some more good leg kicks. Aguilar then landed some good shots that right in the face of Rosa, and with 1:30 left in this round, it seemed that the fight was more in Aguilar's favor. With 20 seconds, Rosa landed a good head kick, followed up with a nice left hand that stunned Aguilar before the round ended, where it was noticed that Rosa had developed a nice cut on his forehead due to a headbutt by Aguilar. In the third round, they started trading shots for about 2 minutes, where Rosa landed a good combo that bloodied up Aguilar's face a little bit. This fight slowly started to go towards Rosa's favor, as he was landing a lot more shots than Aguilar, and Aguilar, he just kept missing by just a little bit. Aguilar then started throwing big shots near the end of the round, as he wasn't sure if he'd done enough to win the fight. When the fight went to decision, the scorecards read 29-28 Aguilar, 29-28 Rosa, and 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Charles Rosa. I was honestly not sure who won this fight, but if you think about it, Rosa definitely had more strikes and had a lot more leg kicks to earn the split decision win. The second and last fight of the night was Carl Robertson versus Marvin Vettori. In the beginning of the fight, Marvin landed a couple nice shots on Robertson, and he went for a takedown, but he got it reversed. And when Vettori got out and up, he immediately took Robertson down again, and he went for a submission, but he failed. And that led to Robertson getting on top, but just 5 seconds later, Vettori reversed the position and got on top of Robertson and just started raining down ground and pound until they got Robertson's back, and he ended up choking him out. He choked out Carl Robertson with yet another first round finish. This card is sick. The main event of the night was number 1 ranked flyweight Jessica I versus number 10 ranked strawweight Cynthia Calvillo. In the start of round 1, Calvillo and I were both trading shots, with Calvillo landing a good head kick on I. On the strikes, I is probably winning the fight with about 1:30 left in the round. They basically just kept trading some good strikes here and there up until the round was over. In round 2, Calvillo got a hold of I's leg and took her down. On the ground, Calvillo got some good ground and pound until I stood up, but Calvillo got I's back and was looking for some more ground and pound. In round 3, they traded a little bit, as I was mainly winning the exchanges. Soon later, though, Calvillo got Jessica to the ground again and got I's back, and was looking for a rear naked choke. But there was just too little time left in the round, so she threw a couple more shots right before the round ended. In round 4, Calvillo took I down with 4:30 left in the round. She took her down in only 30 seconds and got I's back. She started putting some more ground and pound on Jessica, and she basically just kept on doing this until Jessica found a way up somehow, and they began striking again with 2 minutes left in round 4. In round 5, I would say Jessica probably would be losing, and it kind of seems like she needs a finish at this point. They kept up their back and forth striking, but it just seemed as if Calvillo was winning the exchanges. And if she didn't get finished, she probably would win the fight. With 1 minute left, Calvillo found another takedown, kind of trying to chip away at the clock until the end of the fight. This fight went to decision, where Cynthia Calvillo won the fight by unanimous decision. Oh my god. Alright. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. It's been fun, but I'm out of here.